flakes in my book. Get out. My goodness. Okay. Alrighty. So the recent Texas chert unboxing that I did, I was requested to make a Montell. These are your Montells. Very good, very nice. I like them. These look neat. I think I can do that. I'm coming from glass, so this is going to be fun. This is just some good old Georgetown, it looks like. One of my favorite cherts or flints, I forget. I think it's a chert. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. This is going to be blissful. I haven't worked this stuff in a hot minute. I've been missing it. Oh, it's so nice. Oh, it's so wonderful. It's magnificent. It's great. I love it. I love Georgetown. Oh, it's oxidized, so it's a bit white. Isn't that kind of interesting? I don't know a lot of cherts did that. I don't think many do that. Georgetown is just the exception. But it's so nice. It's just, how did that go on there? What is this? What is this horse hockey? It's so nice. It's wonderful. The flakes got a beautiful ring to them. I have to take care of that weirdness right there. I don't like that. Yuck. Gross. Ew. Just pop it off. Whoop. Whoa. I definitely gotta reorient my brain. I've been working obsidian mostly. Forget that you can really... Wow. Forget that you can really wail on this stuff. And it takes it, at least it should. As you can see, I'm clearly out of practice with it. It's no good. Yuck. Why am I doing that? What is the dealio? I'm also looking for a specific flake for the napping subreddits point competition. The winner of the prior competition, which was Hardens, they get to choose the point style for the next month. And the guy chose an Egyptian point, the Helwyn. Never heard of it. Up until he mentioned it. Then I was like, that's pretty dang neat. So nice. I do go through my flakes once I finish up. Unless it's like immediately apparent that it's a really nice flake like that one. I'm gonna hold on to that one. Might practice on that one. I've never made a Montell before. Actually, I might have, but I didn't know it was a Montell. I just kind of made something that I saw somewhere. My brain was just like, yeah, that do it like that one cool point that you thought was cool. And then it was like, oh, okay. I didn't know it was a Montell. Doing a bit of rough work there with that bopper. Yeah, I got this lovely stuff along with a lot of other really cool material. I'm a very generous guy. It's real good stuff. Really, really good stuff. I am... Yuck. Absolutely atrocious is what that hit was. Look at that. Yuck. Downright diabolical. I'm gonna have to remember that. I'm gonna need to keep an eye on my tools, because this rock chews this stuff up a lot quicker than obsidian does. Like a lot quicker. I want to make good. Tool to stone contact. That was a bad one too. I'm definitely not entirely used to this stuff. Also, how is that is bent? Rod's bent. Better. A lot of the places that I know of aren't really in stock, or they don't have any Georgetown in stock. It's frustrating because, like I said, it is one of my favorites. I'm sure there's a bunch of people over on like Facebook or something that have a good bit of it, but I don't got Facebook. Thought about getting Facebook just to have something for buying rock, but yeah. Then I realized I'd have to make a Facebook account. Never made one ever in my life. Never felt the need. Never really even had a want even. I'll keep it in that one. Not my thing. Never really was. So nice. It's just beautiful. It's wonderful. It's lovely. I do have an unboxing video that I made with this stuff. So if you want to see what I got, because I got a lot of real interesting stuff. He was super duper kind. I got I got stuff I never even heard of before, which is always fun when you're a napper, because it's like, ooh, new rock. Not only is it pretty, but you get to scramble your brain a little bit. It's great. I haven't met a single napper who is not excited to work a new material. I'm doing something a bit abstract here. I'm trying to I'm going to try to go for this triangle in here. So a lot of this is just going to kind of end up going away. Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's something about them Texas points. They knew what they were doing back in the day. They got some beautiful points down there. I know at some point, I mean, heck, probably keeping that one. Using some of this stuff that I got, I'm gonna try for a pedernales. Not done one of those yet, either. Don't know if they came from the same time as the Montells or if the Montells are a bit later. Either way, you better believe I'm gonna mess with them. Ew, what the heck was that? I'm trying to think if I have a Georgetown Clovis, and I believe that I do. I'm gonna work on this base a little bit. It needs some love. Best to do this now before stuff gets too thin. I always say it's a good idea to work on the base of your points and the ends first. Keep the middle thick. I like that flake. I'm gonna go back for him later. Whoop. Another really good one. That's what I love about Georgetown too. It's just so strong. You can get it real thin. And it is sharp. A couple of the flake knives that I keep at work are of Georgetown. I just kind of have them. Opening up packages and whatnot. I wrap a little masking tape around the sharp section and leave just like a little bit exposed. And that's all you need, man. It is crazy. They are making good progress so far. Like I said, I kind of gotta work on this shape just a smidge. Oop, hold on. I've been up and down from the garage like 3 times now. It's freaking my cat out. He's like, why are you leaving? What do you keep leaving? Where do you go? Oh dear. I have to tell him I got work to do. Doesn't like seeing me go. Freaks him out. Thinks I won't return. Wrong-o. I will be back. Nah. He still freaks out. It's just how he is. Yuck. It already looks like I could like turn it into a corner tang, which would be also fun. I do want to make one of those as well. Oops, that's a little bit deep. Just a smidge. And the tip of this thing is getting chewed right up. here. Yeah. Whoop. Whoop. Cleaning that base build because, like I said, I want to try get all that off there. So I need to kind of cut through that. I do wish that I could keep a little bit of that color in there because it'd be cool, but I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. I'm just going to bust away a good bit of that. I don't even know how like thin the Montells were. The book that I have, the book that I showed you, the Overstreet Guide, I believe it's like 12th edition. I don't think they really list. Ooh, yucky. I'm putting step fractures in there. We don't want those. See how many more I can do. Okay, I can still clean those up from the other side. It doesn't tell me how thick the points were usually. So what do you do when you don't know? Well, you do your best. Ooh dear. Ooh, yucky. That was a deep, deep boy right there. We were getting nice and thin, nice and quick. I'm gonna braid that. When in doubt, if you don't think it's gonna work, just to braid it a bit more. Better off doing it. Ooh. Now I'm getting myself curvy. Hold on. Let me think here. What do we got? What are we gonna do with it? I'll let you look at it. It's pretty. It's a little itty bitty. Warts. Warts are on there. Now I kind of want to just trim this off. Whoop. I gotta be careful because I don't want it to be too ovid. Because I can tell that those Montells, I want to try to go for a triangle if I can. That looks to be the main preform shape that I should start with. This stuff. It's so nice. I've been on a big blade kick as of late. I don't know if I mentioned it in another video yet, but my sister got married. Whoop-de-doo. Whoops! I made a couple big blades for her and her husband. So what better thing? A couple big old blades to celebrate a big special day. Nothing better. Okay, I really gotta get this figured out because I'm just turning this into a gigantic knife. And we're going for a Montell, right, boys? Yeah. Ooh, doggy, did I thin it out already? Okay. I'm looking at the Montell here, glancing over at that book. I'll probably end up making just a nice big blade at some point. Just don't get worked up. I'll do it. I got plenty of it. And watch the unboxing video if you're curious on what I got. Like I said, there's some interesting stuff in there. Stuff that I've never personally seen before or really heard of. Some of the stuff I have. Yeah. It's still so crooked. Oh, that's funny. Do I just want to scoop it off? Do I want to just do that? Kinda, because then it's just symmetrical. I don't got to think about it. Because while I don't mind trimming something down, having it symmetrical right off the bat is pretty nice. I might lose a little bit of length, but am I gonna cry over it? Am I gonna need a crybaby sandwich? Maybe, you don't know. This sort of thing could get me emotional. Nah. I'll be good. I'll survive. I will. Doesn't help though. Yeah, I'm just gonna bring her in. It's just easier. That was a crazy thin flake. I can't see it. I don't know where it went, darn it. Doing pretty darn good. What are you focused on? Focused on the cool thing. There's literally nothing else cooler than what is being worked on right here. You know what? I'll zoom it in even a little bit. And by zoom it in, I mean I'll move the camera closer. Also might. Yeah. This is getting way chewed up. You gotta have, I've said it in like pretty much every single one of my other videos, but having a tool tip that's full of stone, no good. No good. Oh yeah. I felt the rock chip right there. You can feel it, like when the file goes over it, it's not soft like the copper, because the copper grips and you're able to like work it away. The stone, super slippery, and it just you just kind of like slip over it, and you're like, ah, there it is. So, yeah. And you can start to feel it too after a while. It happens a lot with stone for me. Obsidian isn't as bad, but it does happen with obsidian as well. Whoops, what did I do there? What am I doing? Let me move my center line up just a little bit on this because it's a bit too low. That's why some of these were starting to dive inwards, is because, why? What on earth? See how low the center line is on this side? I need to bring that upwards so I can flake into the other stuff, because it's just a bit too low. I shouldn't say I need to. I'm going to. It'll just make things a lot easier for taking care of some of these flakes that I need to take. That one. That one. That one. Here's one. Be careful of him though. Just trying to be sneaky on me. I lost the thingy. There's supposed to be a little red rubber thing that holds that in place. No. Don't do that. Thank you. I still need to trim this down a good bit though, because we're still not too triangular profile, but it's a beautiful blade, wouldn't you say? It's real lovely. It's pretty. It's gorgeous. I love it. Again, Georgetown is my favorite. If anybody sends me a Georgetown nodule, I'll try to do a big old nodule knife. Actually, wait, hold on. What am I talking about? Oh no, look out. You're getting moved. There. Whoops. Hold on. Sorry, boys. He sent me. My goodness. How's that lens? He sent me this nugget. Look at this thing. This is going to be fun. I'm going to spall this down. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it, and I'll explain it. Yeah, that's for another time. Solid. All right, back to the Montell. Let's see here. Whoops. I think I am approaching this in slightly odd way. I think it would be better to get the profile, like the actual point profile itself, established before I thin so much. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. Why? What are you focusing on? You're not focusing on the, don't focus on the glove, focus on the point. You doing it? Ooh, I'm a bit thin in the middle. I don't like that at all. And I don't like what that just did. That's kind of where I'd like to take a couple thinning flakes if possible. You get a lot of strength from profile consistency, and see that dip? See that dip in here? I don't like that. That's where the fun ends, in that dip. Let's see here. I'm just kind of evaluating, because now that I notice that, I don't want to be careless, because that sort of thing can sneak up on you. And it will get you. Yes, it will. I'm watching it very closely. Again, because remember, we're still working towards shaping it down. With a thin middle section like that, those are the ones where you strike it in the base and it snaps in the middle. So I should really kind of put at least just a little bit of focus into this base to make sure that it's kind of okay. Could have gone just a smidge further and I would have been real happy. Ew, gross. Get out of there. Yeah, like this. You gotta be careful. You gotta support the whole blade when you do that, because it will not hesitate to ruin your day. No sirs. There. Sometimes with the rod remaining stationary, like a certain section will get filled with rock schmutz, and then it becomes a bit of a pain in the butt to try and you can just rotate it, because that's what I do. The big thing about using indirect is establishing like something that you can consistently return to. And for me, that is keeping the rod stationary and moving the point itself. So, like manipulating the angle of the point, no matter how subtle, There's a big wolf spider that just ran across the floor. That thing's gnarly. Sometimes I leave these lights on and it creates like a little mini ecosystem. It's kind of crazy. But yeah. Again, I totally forgot what I was talking about. I saw that spider. Brain was like, oh! It's a big lady. And then thoughts gone. Knowledge gone. I think I was sharing something. Whoops. Let me check the other side for that. There was a meme where somebody was like, it was woodworking is just like 90% or like 80% or something, some relatively high percent of sanding, right? And somebody asked like, well, what's the equivalent in flint knapping? And honestly, in my opinion, I'd say like shaping stuff, like getting this preform to where it needs to be. This is scary. That is a huge time sink. Like thinning, I don't know. I mean, you saw how quickly I thinned most of this down. So like if you're not bad at it, it's not the worst and you can do it relatively quickly, but you know, I know that's not the case for everybody. But yeah, this is the sanding, where it's just like, okay. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, shape it down, get the right angles. Make it nice. Don't do anything dumb like that. Don't do anything like that. And then you do it and you're like, oh, dang it. Why did I do it? We're getting there. This is just the "Are we there yet?" section. We'll get there, I promise. I'm thinning it out right now, just a little bit along the edge, so that I can pick away at it just a bit easier. Hold on, wait a minute. Gotta be careful not to accidentally overshoot this tip, because I can absolutely overshoot Georgetown. I've done it multiple times. Again, it just works so well. If you haven't tried Georgetown, you're missing out. Just make sure you buy it from a good seller. What's a good seller? Well, if you go over to the Flint Knapping subreddit, I wrote a huge guide about some of the approved sellers that we as the Flint Knapping community over on there like, and that have been reliable and trustworthy and very, very kind and helpful to the community. You will see it pinned at the top of the page. It will have the red guide tag. That's a great place to start. At least that's where I'd recommend that you start. That way I don't have to say it every time. If you need to learn how to get to the Flint Knapping subreddit, I believe I have my profile, or at least one post from it, linked in the description of this video. At least I should, at least. Holy moly. We're getting down there, ain't we, boys? Oops. My bad, Chief. I'd like to really get rid of that, but I don't want to, I don't know. That kind of thing scares me just a little bit. There's one wrong move with that, and that messes up this whole side. And we're doing pretty dang good. Remember, we're trying to get this into a triangle, or at least a rough triangle, because I think I can leave the bottom rounded just a little bit. Don't like that. Don't like this. Squeeze. Squeeze the point. No vibrations. Wouldn't it be something if I fluted it all the way up there? Heck no. I ain't doing that. You crazy? I've done it before. I just really, you know, care about this material, and I don't want to waste it on doing something stupid like that. I'd do that on my own time, when none of y'all are watching. Which kind of has, like, you know, I guess I do nap a bit. I don't want to say more reckless when I'm not on camera, but I have less distractions, that's for sure. You got this entire base. You don't need to worry too much about it. We just have to have this long profile. Let's look at it. Let's get a close-up of it. Ooh. Ah. Oh. Incredible. All these little hangnails on here. Get off there, you dingus. We just got to have that up there be a triangular profile. Like I said, we're very close. I just got to keep doing a little bit more work on this side. Hold on. Yeah, no, yes. Just gonna kind of work that middle section. Almost there. Dude, no. Ooh. Like I said, I wimp out on some of those tip strikes because, man, it don't take nothing to overshoot this stuff. The last thing I want to do is blow the tip off this thing. That'd suck. I mean, I'd be fine, but I think there would be a collective oh from both me and all y'all watching the video. Dang. He couldn't keep it together. He couldn't do it. I'd be like, hey, be nice. Be kind. I'm only human. Maybe I'm a reptoid, who knows? They say that flint knapping was taught by aliens. Maybe it was me. That'd be something. I gotta file her down again. Oh yeah. How are we doing for time? Holy moly, I've been working on this for 45 minutes already. Jeez. Again, it's just all the trimming down to make it the shape. In fact, I'm half tempted to do it with pressure now because I know I can just go a little. What the heck was that? What did I just drop? That sounded heavy. What was that? I can't find it. I don't see it. Do I ignore it? I think so. I'm going to do this with pressure because... Do I want to keep doing it with pressure? I don't know. do it quicker. I just like using my rod for like 90% of the work. Giggity. But this also works. I want it triangular. Raise your hand if you want it triangular. You know who you are. Am I cheating by using this nice flat stone? Maybe. I don't know, what are you gonna do about it? You gonna rage? Say that I'm not a real napper? 'Cause I don't know, bud. This blade feels pretty real to me. I want this to be perfect. So I can shape that up a bit more. I still need to, again, this tip, this rounded tip. It's no good. We don't want that. Those Montells, they got nice, super duper pointy tips on them. This is a defining characteristic, and I want my pointy tip. I do. I want it. I want it now. Again, we just gotta wait. We're nearing there, though. Usually I should really try to find some more interesting stuff to talk about during these long sessions, because I feel like I kind of just ramble. Probably because I don't know what else to say. I don't really have too much else to talk about. Oh, what did you guys think of the obsidian point showcase that I made? You think that was cool? I want to do more point showcase videos like that, because I got like I post pictures of my points, right? But then I don't really do much in regards to like a video, and I feel like I should. Sorry, I just had to take that off. Camera flare a split second. Yeah, I never really like show what I make off on video, and it's like one thing to watch. Come on, to watch the video, and it's another thing to view them through picture, because the pictures look nice and all, but some people just want to see them, you know, want to see how they look. It's looking a little bit better, a lot better. I might go through with my direct and take some of this off. I love how it loves to focus on the glove, but not the point. It's so helpful. Jeez, I really chewed up that edge by doing that. Yucky. how much time I actually saved by doing that, because now I gotta... I'm not doing that one right by the tip. Now I gotta fix up this junky edge that I've put on. But now at least we have... Excuse me? Let's go the other way. Yeah, that's what it wanted. Ooh, don't do that. Hold on now. Whoa there. Easy. The horse was getting crazy. Again, I still see that one spot right there. I just don't want to go after it. I'd rather just leave it on. What the heck was that? Oh, it was a string for my thing. My thing string. I'm not gonna do that. The second that I tapped on that, I was like, no. Let's not do anything stupid. Right, deal, awesome, sweet. I knew we could agree on that. You guys get it, you know. Yeah, there we go. I'd say outside of a few spots, it's pretty darn pointy. Very triangular. Very mindful. Very thoughtful. How'd that meme go? Very mindful, very demure, or whatever the heck it was, you know. I don't know, it was a TikTok thing. I don't have TikTok. I just exist on YouTube. Sometimes I feel like I'm missing out on trends, and then I see the stuff like the little gremlin things. The boo-boos, I see those, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Can't say I feel bad about really missing out on that, but sometimes it's nice to be in the know, you know. Kind of like the Stanley Cup stuff. I had no idea what any of that was about. Just knew that my Amazon page filled with a lot of recommendations for like tumbler cups, and I was like, oh, I already got one, I don't need one. And that was it. And that was the extent of my involvement with that. And then come to find out, people are running over each other in the store trying to get their hands on the new Stanley Cup. I had no idea. I don't know how to feel about that. It's like, am I missing stuff that's important? I'm sure there's important stuff to be seen and learned and heard, and I'm sure it'd be cool to have some of my content over on there, but I just don't care to make a TikTok account. Biggest reason is that I know myself, and I know myself well. That will absolutely destroy my productivity. I will be on that garbage all day. So, the best way that I know to moderate my intake of that is to simply not do it. I mentioned the ADHD stuff, and if I see something that captivates my attention, I will be distracted by it. Remarkably easy. You saw the spider. Well, you guys didn't see the spider. I saw the spider, but you saw me see the spider. That's all it takes. Just a cool bug. The reason I haven't really focused on the notches or anything yet is because I'm not really worried about them. I want to make sure that this blade is nice and clean and consistent and sharp. That is what that is. But yeah, how are we doing for time? Holy crap. This is going to be another long video. Oh well. I don't really feel like that's too much of a bad thing. I would really like to get rid of those step fractures that are right there. I really, really, really would. Nah, I just have a whole row of step fractures right there in the one spot where I would need to go across to take them off, which is unfortunate because that looks very, very ugly and I don't like it at all. But with how thin this thing is, I don't want to do anything too forceful because I don't want to blow it up. Do another little pass of this sander just to make sure, because I can go through and resharpen that again. But how about we get to doing that base, because it's got a kind of a funky one. I don't think I'm going to be using that. It comes up from the bottom a bit. It's got feet. It's got feet and legs on it, which is fun. I don't know. It's a very fun looking point. I do enjoy its aesthetics. We're gonna work on this base just a little bit. Whoa. Remember, we're not doing a whole lot with it, if anything, really. I mean, I'm gonna trim it back just to make it somewhat straight. And we're gonna start going into those notches. Part of me kind of almost wants to get the indirect out to thin some of this out, but at the same time, I don't, because I don't want to send too much shock through and blow it up, you know? We kind of gotta just pressure flake our way to Montell shape, because this is where we're at. If I give this thing a coat of mineral oil, all of those little hangnails will just disappear. Or I could take my steel tool and take care of them. I still really wish I could get rid of that, but I just don't trust myself. I don't trust myself to get rid of it. So we're just going to kind of leave it, because, you know, it's fine otherwise. It's completely fine. So let's see. We need to I'm going to get my height set up, especially with those feet. There's probably an actual way, like maybe a method to do this, but here on my channel, I want to say that going off the picture, they're up there. Here on this channel, we live fast and loose. It's like that, shoot, what's his name? He's saying, I can't drive 55. It's me. I can't do it. Shoot, what's his name? That's gonna bother me now. My dad showed me that song. I want to set myself up for symmetry at the very least. So that's what always gets me, is that G-dang symmetry. I think we're right there. Looks like it. Oh, hey, thank you. This stuff does not notch as easily as obsidian. I do like obsidian for notching because you can just crank it. You can crank it up. I do have this. Should we use it? Suppose. I guess. Sammy Hagar, that's who that guy's name is. Sammy Hagar, I can't drive 55. Good song. I'm just watching this other side. Also, this is a bit awkward to do on video. Usually I am able to get more leverage with my pressure flaker, but ooh, no. Since I am kind of working with what I got, I'm trying to get it on film for y'all. I don't quite have the pull that I usually have, or the push rather, because I can really like lean my body into it. Which I can get. I get super decent flakes that way, but I have to use my arm. I'm not gonna lie. It hurts my elbow just a smidge. Which I feel like is my body's way of saying, hey, don't do that, please. How the heck do I stall this? Kidding me? Get out of there. It's getting thick up there, that's why. I'm pretty impressed with myself that I remember that Sammy Hagar name. Usually I am atrocious with names. Just absolutely atrocious. Boy, she's thick down there. This is almost how I do like a hardened style, but again, we're shooting for that Montell. I'm looking it over in the book right now. Dang, I really wish. Can I do a bit of. I'm going to try to do a couple. It's not going to do it. It's going to stall out. Dang it. And this is what I mean by, like, there's probably some sort of method to doing these Montells, as in there's a way to make it so that you're not like me and you don't stall your garbage out. Like I'm doing horribly right now. Wow, look at that. That's awful. That is so awful. I'm not going to be able to make it have that nice clean indent, which I really, 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 really want. I'm half tempted to put my precision indirect in there and flake off some stuff, which I might just have to do because I really want to try that, and I don't know if this is a good idea. This could be a very, 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 very bad idea. It might not even do anything. It's not going to do anything. Dang. That's crazy. Well. Not much we can really do about that. I mean, if I had more leverage, I'd be able to swing it just a bit better, but I don't think it's going to happen. Also, it is pretty thick in there, I will say. We'll take it, though. I really wish I could have had it more like this side, because nothing's going to focus on what I'm actually doing. I wish I could get it more like that side, because that looks really bad. Ugh. There was a good pop out. Hang on. No. Do I need to cheat? I can't do it. I'm not going to be able to. Far too much filing for my liking. Yeah, she's cooked, boys. We're just gonna have to go wide on this one. I gotta be careful too, because I don't want to accidentally make this, or start to make this look like a different point. How are we doing? An hour and 8 minutes? We need to hurry. This is getting long. We're gonna do, ooh, this is what I'm not excited about. Doing this big one, because this has got to go at least halfway up there. I refuse to let this stall out. Are you kidding me? That's not even anywhere close. Damn it. What do I do? How do I do this? The one thing that I still struggle with is that notching. I still don't know how to do it. So now I gotta cheat. I'm just gonna file a diamond file on this really, 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 really G-dang hard. And give myself a spot to pop things off. I just don't know how. I just can't figure out how to do notching. Like, I can do it, but then it's like what the heck? Right? Boy, is she deep. I'm definitely going to call it there because it's just getting real risky. I got to do some trimmage for some symmetry because we ain't matching too well with some symmetry. And you know what they say. If you're going to make a point, it doesn't turn out quite like it's supposed to, at the very least, try and make it symmetrical. Even if it's bad symmetrical, just do it. I still got to sharpen this thing, don't I? Yeah, I wish I would have asked how to do notching better at the nap-in that I went to. That would have been a lifesaver. Some of them, actually, now that I'm looking at them, some of them don't have like flat feet. They got like a bit of an angle to them. One more sharpening pass, and then she will be good. Let's do it real quick. One more side. This really wasn't too bad, was it? Did I lose the tip of that? Did that break off? Was that me? Did I do that, or is that just how it was? Let's try to pick off a couple of those step fractures too while we're at it. Because why not? Ew, cool, there was a spider on my neck. That's great. Love that. I felt it crawl on me. I just brushed it off because, you know, whatever, I guess. So, let's see, I don't want to leave metal marks. That one's not coming off. Cool, we can get this one. There we got some of it. You down there. Popped him right off. You definitely need to be wearing safety glasses for this because you're flinging stuff directly into your face. Maybe you'll do it differently. I just fling it directly at me. Because, you know, why not? Gosh, this dang. I hate this so much. You can kind of pop some stuff off, but at the end of the day, I think it's about as good as we're gonna get it. Yeah. Check her out, boys. Is that Montell? That's pretty sweet, wouldn't you say? Did pretty dang good, I think. I'll take it at least. Oh my goodness, I forgot to measure. I should have measured the pieces before and after. This is 4 3/8. 4 3/8. She got pretty dang thin. That one little issue right there, but that's something I'm not even really going to bother with. Pretty okay pressure flaking. Again, when I apply a coat of mineral oil, all those little itty bitty step fractures kind of just disappear. The oil fills them in. That's pretty sweet, I think. I'm real proud of that one. Hold on. Hold on. You boys know the drill. Ooh, it does. Wow, check that out. Ain't that neat? Like the little circle that's there. Right there. That's fun. Ooh. Awesome. Well, that's fun. Yeah. Well, hopefully that satisfies the Montell requirement. Looks pretty Montell-y to me. I mean, I'd count it. Yeah. It was a request for the guy that sent me all them Texas shirts. As you see, I'm going to put them to good use. Sweet. Put that on something. Heck yeah. Awesome. Well, there you go. A little bit of a longer video, but again, I try to take the viewer requests and make something that looks real nice. Yeah. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will see you again next time. Peace.